In the previous example, we learned how to find the inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix. We said, as long as the product of AB minus BC does not equal 0, the inverse of the matrix A equaling ABCD is given by 1 over AD minus BC, then D negative B, the opposite of C, A. Take a look so that it makes it easier to remember. Notice, we've noticed that A and D have been switched around, while B and C have been turned to their additive opposites. So we have an example 4. In example 4, what we're going to do is we're going to find the inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix using the formula given to us. Step 1, identify your A, B, C, and D. So A equals 3, B equals -1. That should be your first step. C equals -2. D is equal to 2. If you think you already know, you don't need to do all this. So step 1. Step 2 is find the determinant. Why? Well, depending on whether your determinant is equal to 0 or not, you might have to do more work or less work. So your second step should always be to find the determinant. So AD minus BC, we have 3 times 2 minus -1 times -2. So we have 6 minus 2, which is equal to 4. So since the determinant is not equal to 0, then that's fine. This matrix actually has an inverse. Third step, write down the formula. It won't hurt you. 1 over AB minus BC equals, switch the D and the A around, take the opposite of B and take the opposite of C, and finally replace 1 over 4. And then I switch the A and the D around, so we have 2, and this is 3, and then we took the opposite of B and C, and this is 1 and 2. Finally, distribute the 1 over 4, so this is 1/2, 1/4, 1/5, and 3/4. And pretty much that's it. Of course, as always, the last step should be to check. Let's use our calculator one more time to check and to find this inverse. So turn the calculator on. Let's clear everything so it doesn't become confusing. Second matrix, edit. Let's enter. This is a 2 by 2. We have 3, -1, enter, -2, enter, and then 2, enter. Second quit, second matrix, names, and again, x raised to the -1 power. Enter, and then press math, fraction, and then enter again. So compare this to the one on the board and notice that they are exactly the same. Let's now do part B of this example. Same steps, believe it or not. Step number 1, identify your A, B, C, and D. A is equal to 3. Let me move to this side. So A is 3, B is -1, C is -6, and D is equal to 2. Find the determinant. Find AD minus BC. 3 times 2 minus -1 times -6. It's equal to 0. If you still don't realize it, once you go to the formula, you're in big trouble because you have 1 over AD minus BC this would be 1 over 0, which is undefined. Conclusion. Our conclusion is that our matrix is singular. So the matrix is singular. That means it does not have an inverse. Let's see what our calculator says when the matrix is singular. So again, we're going to go to our calculator. We're going to clear everything so that it doesn't become confusing. Second, matrix, edit, again 2 by 2. The first row stays the same. The only thing that's changed in the second row, the first entry is -6. Everything else is exactly as it was in the previous example. So second quit, second matrix. And now let's find the inverse. Error, singular matrix. So like I said, the matrix is singular.